turn our attention to the America's Netball World Cup qualifiers being played at the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Ricardo Chambers is live on location and joins us with this update. Good afternoon, Ricardo.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, George, and good afternoon to you as well, Leighton. Well, the news, Trinidad and Tobago is still the only team confirmed from these qualifiers to the World Cup of Netball in Cape Town, South Africa next year. And this following their victory last night, a 50-40 win over Barbados, denying Barbados confirmation of their place. Barbados would have secured their place to Cape Town had they won last night's match, but the Trinidad and Tobago team clearly the better team in this contest. They went up to a 3-0 lead, Trinidad and Tobago. Barbados came back and leveled at 3-all. That was one of two times for the duration of the contest that the Gems were able to level the scores. They also leveled at 22-all at the beginning of the third quarter. This is after coming from 12-7 down in the first quarter to be just one behind, 22-21 at halftime. They leveled at 22-all, but then the Trinis pulled away again and won the contest. They led 36-30 at a three-quarter time and then went on to win. Jamaica's Sunshine Girls, well, they continue to roll through the tournament. Another dominant performance against St. Lucia, winning that contest 85-30, 25-6 the first quarter score for the Sunshine Girls, 43-14 at halftime, 68-20 at a three-quarter time. Giselle Allison leading the attack for the Sunshine Girls last night, starting at goal shoot and then switching to the goal attack position. So there are the results from those matches. Jamaica 85-30 over Barbados. St. Vincent and the Grenadines with over St. Lucia, Jamaica. St. Vincent and the Grenadines with an important win over Antigua and Barbuda, 66-30. Trinidad and Tobago over Barbados, and the USA getting the better of the Cayman Islands, 44-35. So let's have a look at the point standings just to give you a better idea of what is happening. So as you know, Trinidad and Tobago have already qualified for the World Cup. Had Barbados beaten them last night, they would have joined them along with Jamaica from the Americas. Remember, Jamaica qualified based on their world ranking. So Trinidad and Tobago a perfect 7 wins in the qualifiers. Barbados 5 wins, 1 defeat. Barbados can still secure their spot with a win over Antigua and Barbuda. In fact, they will secure their spot once they beat Antigua and Barbuda. But for now, St. Vincent and the Grenadines still in business because they can get to as many as 10 points. Grenada, they have 6 points at this stage, and the United States of America, they will be proud of how well they have done, 6 points as well. Cayman Islands, they have 1 victory, 2 points. St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda yet to win a match this tournament. This is what we're looking forward to tonight. Antigua and Barbuda versus St. Lucia. An opportunity for the St. Lucians to get their first win of the competition. Same for Antigua and Barbuda. The USA will play Grenada, and yeah, that could be a good match because the Americans have been improving through this tournament. Jamaica up against Barbados. That's the feature tonight. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be taking on the Cayman Islands. That will be the last match over on court 2. So yeah, the feature last night, Trinidad and Tobago against Barbados. Remember, the teams met at the Commonwealth Games and Barbados won that Trinidad and Tobago won that one comfortably. A lot closer last night, but for the most part it was pretty clear that Trinidad and Tobago was the better team, and now Barbados have to come up against a tough Sunshine Girls outfit tonight, which, remember, all the games involving Jamaica of academic interest only. So the Barbadian team will want to ensure that they don't have any injuries as they look forward to an all-important match against Antigua and Barbuda on Saturday's final day. Leighton, George, that's the latest from the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston.
Quick one before you go, Ricardo. Apart from the usual suspects, the Jamaicans apart, and of course the Bajans and the Trinis who are fighting for the 2 automatic qualifying spots, which team have you been most impressed with?
Well, Well, I've been most impressed with the USA and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's start with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They won the OECS championships earlier this year. And going into the match against Barbados, I actually felt that they had a pretty good chance of pushing Barbados. They had a very good opening quarter and then just fell away. In many ways, I feel like the occasion got to them a couple nights ago where they were not able to sustain a high level of performance. They returned last night and put in a much better display in their victory, but I like the look of them, and I feel as if they continue with the program that they have. The next time we have these Americas qualifiers, they could be genuine threats. The US as well, given all their issues. Now, from what has been explained to me, it's quite difficult for the Americans. Massive country, they don't have great funding, and to consistently get the players from all over the country to come together to train is quite difficult. And they have put together a squad largely with players who play in the Broad County in Florida and in New York areas, and they have done really well. They have surprised a lot of teams, even in their 70-16 defeat against the Sunshine Girls. They held their own in that match, and you may say held their own in a match where they were beaten by 54 goals, but if you didn't see the scoreboard and you watched that match, you could see that there was a lot of ability in the USA camp. And again, if they can get good match practice, because they looked horrible the first game they played in these qualifiers, but they have gone from strength to strength from then, and you just get the feeling that they just need more playing time together, more practice time together, and funding is always an issue. But if they can, over the next few years, get more matches in, get more competition in, then the next time these qualifiers are held, I think they could be more of a threat. But at this stage, George, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados seem well clear of the rest.
Yeah, our producer is chasing us out of this segment. You know what that's about, so we have to go. We'll talk again.
See you later, Ricardo.
All right, take care.
All right.